Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fatiha binti Zainal, and today I will deliver my defense proposal for final year's project. Topic given is an investigation of human resource management practices on employee, a study in Majlis Sukan Negeri Johor. Presentation outline will start with background study, problem of statement, research objective, significance of study, literature reviews, methodologies, and reference. The background of study focus on how the company perform human resource management activity in government organization based in Johor. Case study by Madanat and Kar Sauneh 2018. They have significant impact on staffing, training and development, incentive, and retention policy on the effectiveness on human capital development, organization knowledge retention, and employee added value. The findings show a positive relationship between the efficiency and effectiveness of human resource planning, appointment, performance evaluation, and training strategies toward institutional performance. Aware of such fact, company may able to leverage on its HRM practices as a source to reach competitive advantage and motivate employees' performance. However, if the organization cannot provide or give the best HRM practices, this will trigger employee turnover because they cannot adapt with the work. There are three problems of statement, which is for the first one is HRM face the challenges of technology investment, employee turnover, and attitude change towards work. Second is discrimination against female and sexual harassment in the workplace. With the increase of women participation, more attention and benefit needs to be addressed accordingly. Third is company unable to pay salary due to financial problem. In 2020, nearly 100,000 employees were laid off between Jan to November, told by Ministry of Human Resource. We go to the next slide, research objective. In my study, I have come up with two research objectives. First is to identify the main human resource management practices as perceived by MSN Johor employees. Second is to determine the difference of human resource management practices among MSN Johor employees based on gender. I will focus on these four HRM practice as my variable. First is training and development. Second is staffing. Third is benefit. And fourth is performance appraisal.
Okay, we go to the significance of the study. For the first one is identify gap analysis on current HRM practices for overall HRM practices betterment. Second is identify which HRM practices benefit more to the organization. Third is seek employee feedback and opinion on ideal HRM practices. Fourth is create employee confidence and trust in organization.
For the literature review is, according to OB 2015, HRM is concerned with the control of human being is an institution to meet the organization objective. HRM is a managerial activity that identifies the criteria and resources as well as the number and the competency in order to accomplish the objective of the organization. From previous research, the results have shown that effective HRM practices will give a positive impact to the organization and employees. HRM is responsible of supplying qualified workers, educating them, and keep the employees sustain their positive relationship to the company.
In this slide, regarding to HRM model and theory, which is for the first one is social action theory, is the one of most prominent theoretical paradigm to explain and understand behavior patterns specifically in the area of work. Next is self-determination theory. It's commonly used to explain factors related to the different outcome of worker at work. This definition has gained significant attention from researchers as it is a requirement for employee happiness, dedication, success, and a number of the other outcomes. Third is Harvard model. It's claimed to be comprehensive in a such as seek to comprise six critical components of HRM. The dimensions include such as stakeholder interest, situational factor, HRM policies choice, HRM outcome, long-term consequence, and feedback loop. Lastly is guest model. This model claims that HR manager has specific strategy to begin with which demand certain practices and when execute will the result in outcome. These outcome include behavioral, performer related and financial reward.
Research design. In this study, I use descriptive research design. Often the researcher use causal comparative when they want to differentiate variable. The character is it cannot be manipulated. Like in my studies, I try to determine differences between HRM practices against gender. Sampling. The target population for this study is employee in MSN Johor. The sum of the employee is 89 employees by unit pentadbiran MSN Johor. Number of the sample will be taken is 84 respondent. This is because regarding to the table Krigi and Mogen 1970, the estimate sample need to be taken from the total number of actual population is 70 and it will add 20% sample in about to drop off.
Okay, we have two types of sampling technique. First is probability sampling and second is non-probability sampling. In probability sampling, we have simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, systematic sampling, and cluster sampling. And for non-probability sampling, we have purposive sampling and convenience sampling. In this study, I choose to use probability sampling because the sample selection is random and the probability is known for the population.
Next is sampling technique. This study will use simple random sampling to take the sample for answer the question. This is because it has equal probability of being selected as the sample. There are no factor that will be affect the selection sampling. To perform this technique, researcher will blast Google form a questionnaire through email or WhatsApp group MSN Johor. Next is instrumentation. Questionnaire was developed by Badger. The questionnaire consists of two sections, which is section A and section B. The section A consists of 5 demographic items, when the section B cover on HRM practices represented by 26 items. Item consists of 5 factors, which is staffing, training and development, performance appraisal, reward, and participant communication. The rating in section B use 5 points Likert scale from ranging from 1 strongly disagree to 5 strongly agree. The instrument is valid and reliable. Based on the questionnaire, Cronbach's alpha used to assess variable is 0.78. Hence, the data is good and acceptable. Data collection procedure. First is apply for ethical approval. In ethical approval application document, the researcher need to inform that the data will be kept confidential. Second is give a short briefing to all respondents. The researcher will be explain the purpose of the study, procedure, and each section of the questionnaire to make it easier for respondents to understand what they need to do. Third is disseminate questionnaire to respondents in online survey. The questionnaire will be attached in Google form sent to sample to answer the question. Fourth is collect the questionnaire. The result of the questionnaire can be accessed by the researcher through Google Form survey result. After we collect data, we will do data analysis. For RO1, data analysis will be used descriptive statistics. For RO2, data analysis will be used independent t-test or Mann-Whitney test. Due to the data is still unknown, we will use these two tests. If the result normal, we will use parametric test. Meanwhile, if the data is normal, we will use non-parametric test. That's all from me. Stay at home. Kita jaga kita.